to Think Business. Today we're with Steve Van Buskirk, the president of land development with VanBuskirk Companies. And we're just going to ask him a few questions after he spoke today with our students. So our first question is, how do you engage with the local community and address their concerns during the development process?
Yeah, thanks for having us. It was a fun day, so enjoyed speaking to your class.
Yeah, thank you.
How we engage the local community when we do a new project every time. We'll host neighborhood meetings and we'll just invite them. We'll find a church or a meeting room and we'll lay out our plans and show them exactly what we're up to. Lake Lorraine, for instance, and we usually do that, but sometimes when we've got a really big project going on or it takes a lot of attention. Lake Lorraine, I actually remember going right down the street, kitchen table to kitchen table with the developer of the senior housing project out there to explain that building to every neighbor that was backing up to it. So it depends on the situation, but we always reach out to them, host something, and try to get them aware. So answer questions.
Yeah, wonderful.
VanBuskirk Companies based out of Sioux Falls. Second generation of doing this. Our company's been around for 52 years. I'm now in business with my siblings, and we do all things real estate development, which means we get some of the funnest part of the jobs. We really get to dream up how we can take a bare piece of ground and turn it into a place where people can build houses, people can build office buildings, retail centers, industrial parks. These are all different areas of, multifamily apartments. These are all areas that we work on. We have 5 main divisions in our company. Real estate development, which is what I just covered, commercial construction, which is very important for real estate development. It supports our commercial real estate brokerage department, because the project, very quickly as you're getting into a project, you'll find out that you need to know what it costs to get it built, so then you know what you can offer to out in the market. So having a commercial construction division right alongside in the same roof really helps us get projects done. So we got real estate brokerage, commercial construction, we got property management. As we develop all these things, we end up with property. I think we've got somewhere over 1.5 million square feet of property that we manage, 1,000 apartments. So we've got 8-9 people in that department working all the time, just keeping things up and keeping the lawn mowed and the snow shoveled. And we also have in our land development division, we sell a lot of single-family homes. That's really my background, is where I came up mostly in the business, was the single-family home sales. We typically do about 20-25% of the market share in the Sioux Falls area for houses, so we end up talking to quite a few customers. And we also are building homes and selling directly to people as well. Most of my years, we've just been selling the land off to any home builder or homeowner that wanted to build a house. So very diverse company.
So like a big shift toward remote work and stuff, you see that impacting the commercial real estate realm?
Yeah, when 2020 hit, some of the commercial brokers in Sioux Falls, you can Google it, real office is dead. That was a prediction in 2020. And so everyone's like, oh, what's going to happen? The San Francisco office sure seems dead to us, but how it looks, I think, in our local market is, people, the idea of, there's certain industries that work well from working at home, and there's certain industries that don't. And if you talk to business owners, it's really hard for them to create a company culture for people working at home. So I think maybe it's just a Midwest thing or a Sioux Falls thing, but it seems like they're more inclined to have people in their office and working there. And I think, that seems to be what people want. So they're back in the office, not to say we won't have another shock, healthcare shock that sends everyone home, but the offices that we've got, similar to that answer is there, have pretty much filled up, and stayed full all the way through. So I think that keeps that market healthy, but the really soft spot in all that is that this industry, the call center industry, has really figured out working from home works really well for them. So Citibank is empty right now in Sioux Falls. That's like 50,000 square feet. Wells Fargo is empty up on the north side. That's like another 50,000 square feet. The Midco building out on the interstate is half empty. That new Citibank building they built in the south end is pretty empty. Lorraine Cars for Sales over there, I know that they're working out of that office, but their numbers are just by the parking lot count, they're nowhere near where they were, you know, because there's a lot of call center stuff in there. Total Car, which is now Bourbon on Lake Lorraine, you know, same thing. I can see that car count is way down. So the call center buildings, because what do you do with them? They're these big, huge buildings that, you know, they're just, you know, 1,000 cubicles in there, and you know, they're really hard to convert. So those buildings are particularly tough to convert. So that's a problem there. The other bad is people, 6,000 people a year. Well, we need more hair salons, nail salons, dentists, optometrists, you know, chiropractors, all those people, all the services. We need more chicken places, we need more coffee shops, we all need more services to do all this stuff. So that's like a busy.
Just sort of more of the retail. Someone of a certain age, so the interest in malls will be obvious, but is a mall dead? What's,
I think in general, they're definitely, you know, they've had their trouble. You know,
Right.
The Sioux Falls Mall has done better. You know, they're getting dealers back in there. You know, so you know that's going to open up. I think that's something pretty soon. You know, so they actually expanded.
Sure.
Yonkers was. So you know, I think there's a place. You know, in the Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls is a super regional market. There's not a lot. You know, there's the next closest mall is Sioux City, Minneapolis, and Omaha, Fargo, I guess. You know, so I think there's a place where Rapids got one that's not functioning highly. You know, so so I don't think it's going to die in Sioux Falls. I think it's they've got geography on their side. So I think that'll help a lot. And they're a big company, so they can encourage their rental, renters from all parts of the country, to keep that one full.
Sure.
Because they want to get into a really hot mall in Las Vegas. So like, okay, we'll let you in there if you open up a store in Sioux Falls. So that stuff happens.
Right.
So I think it's definitely changed.
Sure.
But I think it's going to survive. Look, until dealers got going again, starting to wonder themselves a little bit.
right,
But yeah, there's a lot. What we did at Lake Lorraine, is partly that's the deconstruction of the mall, the department store.
Right.
Hobby Lobby, DSW, Marshalls, Home Goods, Ross Dress for Less, those stores, that pull out, they're really departments. They were in the mall, they were department stores, but now they've all come out, across the country. You see that lineup all over the country,
Right.
in power centers, because they work well together. But 20 years ago, they'd all been in the mall.
They were inside,
Their
right.
business is better. They can get out of the mall. It's less. The malls are really expensive, to operate, to rent.
Sure.
So they can get out of the mall. The rent numbers drop, and the customers don't drop.
Right.
So they're under pressure. But I don't
Right.
think it's dead. Retailing is under pressure. It was when we did Lake Lorraine, we did that big building out there. That was all the time where bricks and mortar was going to go away.
Right.
Because all the discussion, and internet shopping was just 50% year-on-year growth.
Sure.
Crazy numbers like that. We're looking at each other like, why are we building this thing? Bricks and mortar is dead. It seems like a really poor decision. I think there's, online shopping will never go away, but I don't think bricks and mortar will ever go away. Because what we did at Lake Lorraine is we built a lifestyle center. Because my favorite comeback was, groups of friends don't go, out shopping for the day in front of the computer screen.
Right.
They want a shopping experience, so that's part of the deconstruction of the mall and the Lake Lorraine. With bars and restaurants and shopping paths and a nice view and all those things that go along with it to make allow it to be or set the stage for it to be an experience.
And that keeps people going out because that's, people like to do that stuff.
Sure.
That's what Americans do. Right. So that, that's what we're relying on.
Yeah.
And so what is the biggest challenge in your role specifically?
Right now, interest rates, we were talking about that earlier today. It's, we're, the economy's, a little bit rough because of the interest rates. We're recovering from, learning how to deal with the inflation as well. Construction costs are quite high. But the market's readjusting. We believe interest rates are going to come down. We believe construction costs are going to hold steady. So long term, we should be in fine shape, but we're all, not just the building development side, but people that consume it, whether a homeowner or business owner, are getting used to those new costs.
Yeah, for sure. And then my final question is, so in Sioux Falls, we've seen a lot of development go up, specifically apartment complexes. How do you see that continuing in the future?
I think they're gonna keep on going. Actually, I think they're probably gonna dip just a little bit because there's a lot coming online right now. So I think if you look at the historical numbers, it seems like we're delivering more apartments than average. So I think people will respond to the market so that they can see rises. Then people quit building apartments. So I think they see that that heavy delivery coming through. And so the apartment developers are slowing down just a little bit, but it's not going to stop. We're going to continue to see that development and have it as a good place for people to live.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here and answering our questions today.
Yeah.